Okay, Mr. Lamb, my name is Carlton Cartwright, and I'm the Executive Director for the Children's Coalition Incorporated and Veterans Memorial and Multicultural Histories Incorporated. Sir, we're here at the Veterans Affairs Medical Center in West Palm Beach, in Riviera, West Palm Beach, Florida. And today is August the 23rd, 2021. And sir, when is your birthday?
May the 2nd. May the 2nd.
May the 2nd. What year were you born?
1925.
Okay, all right. All right, and what city do you live in now? Vero Beach?
Vero Beach.
Gotcha. And present here at the interview, who we probably are going to ask some questions of also, is your son. And sir, what's your name?
Gregory Wesley.
Gregory Wesley, and your wife?
Sally Wesley.
Sally Wesley? Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Okay, and okay. What branch of the service were you in?
Yeah. Artillery.
You in the Army?
Yeah.
Okay. I understand that you were you are a Buffalo soldier.
Right.
Okay. All right. All right. Cut out all the noise. Okay. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted.
You were drafted. Okay. And what year did you go into the service?
Oh, I'm getting pretty old.
I think that it says here, okay, you separated in 46.
Yeah.
Okay, you went in 1944?
Something like that.
Okay, all right. Now, date of induction, 12 September 1943. Okay, and then it says, okay, yeah, you entered on the 2nd of September 1943. I'm reading from your DD 214. Okay, that's fine. Where were you living at the time when you went into service? Where were you living?
Fort Pierce.
Fort Pierce? Okay. Is that where you were born?
I was born in the Road County.
In
St. Lucie. St. Lucie.
St. Lucie County?
Right.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, and what were you doing before you went in the military? Do you know what you were doing? Hold on, wait a minute. We didn't get any traction on this. We have to start over. That's okay. Sorry about that. My name is Carlton Cartwright. Wait a minute, we actually don't have to do that because everything else has been recording anyway. I can just edit that. That's fine. All right. Okay, so, yeah, what were you doing before you went into service? And were you working, going to school?
I was working.
What kind of work were you doing?
Right. In newspaper.
Okay. You were delivering newspapers?
Printing.
He was a presser.
A presser. Okay, he was a presser. Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, why did you decide to go into the military? You were drafted?
Yeah, I was drafted.
Okay, all right. So, did you want to go in the Army or did you want to go into a different service?
I always did want to go in the Army.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right, so where did you go to boot camp?
Where boot?
Where? Do you remember?
I remember.
I see it says here, well, you served in Europe. I see that it says here that you were a second CL gunner, and also I guess you achieved proficiency with a 20 millimeter caliber carbine. Okay, all right. And so it says that you served in Italy.
World War II.
Yeah, that's where my father served.
Italy, France, and Belgium. Italy, France, and Belgium.
Okay, all right, gotcha. All right, excellent. So Tell me about it. What was it like being there?
It was all right.
Were you in combat?
Yes.
Okay. Were there a lot of casualties in your unit?
No, not too many, no.
Not too many? Okay. All right. So you went to basic training. Do you remember what state you went to basic training in? Let me, wait a minute, I saw Fort Bragg here. No, that's where you separated. Okay.
In France and Belgium.
Okay, that's where you served. Okay. All right, so tell me, you know, we can hear this. You're trying to help me out, I understand. So what was it like being in Europe? Can you remember? Can you tell us about it?
It was all right.
How was the food? What were the people like?
People all right.
You trying to tell me something? Okay.
So I forgot.
Okay. All right. Well, were you wounded in the war? Let me see what your medals are. You got the American Theater Service Medal. You got the EAM Service Medal with 2 Bronze Service Stars. You got a Good Conduct Medal and a World War II Victory Medal. Okay, and it says that you were not wounded. Okay, you were not wounded in action. Okay, thank God for that. Okay, so service schools attended. You attended Signal, what's wrong with me? Signal School, Wire, Construction, and Maintenance. Okay, did you do construction while you were in the service?
Oh, I don't know. It's so many things. I don't know.
You don't remember? Okay, did you have to do any manual labor, digging ditches or running wire?
I ran newspaper.
You ran a newspaper.
I ran first,
Okay, but that was before you went in. I'm going to ask you about what you did afterwards in a minute. So did any of the gentlemen in your unit get severely wounded?
I imagine so.
Uh-huh, right. I imagine so too. Okay. Where else did you get to travel besides those 3 countries?
And it's in the
Okay, just those 3?
everywhere.
Oh, you went everywhere, huh?
Practically.
Okay. All right. Okay, well tell me, so were you stationed in Europe for the entire 2 years?
Practice.
Okay, so yeah, you were in those 3 countries over the course of those 2 years. I understand. So how was the food?
You know, right?
Food was all right?
Yeah. We could.
Can you tell me you need to try to tell me something that you remember, some of the events that you remember while you were there. Could you do that for me?
No.
Huh? No? Okay. All right. Okay, so tell me about what happened when you came home. What did you do when you came home from the service?
Stayed home.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay. What year were you born?
57.
1925. 1925.
You were born in 1925. Okay. All right.
May 2nd.
Okay.
May 2nd.
May 2nd? I got you. I got you on that. Were you married before you went into the military?
No.
No? So you got married when you came home?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. What did you do when you came home?
I read newspaper.
So you came back to the same job?
I read news.
Okay. All right. And how many years did you do that?
I forgot.
Say it again?
I forgot.
You forgot? Okay. All right. That's okay. How many years did he, when he came back? When did he stop?
I'm not sure. Probably stopped in the 80s.
In the 80s?
Yeah.
Okay, so he came home in 44 and he did that for another 40 years, almost?
Yeah, and I was told that he trained freshmen from Fort Pierce all the way down to Key West.
Okay.
He trained people how to operate the newspaper press.
Okay. So you're familiar with what he did after you were born, right? Pretty much. What was his what was that the only job that he had?
As far as I know, most of the newspapers.
Okay. Mr. Lamb, did you use your GI Bill for anything?
What did I be?
Your GI Bill for school or to buy a house? Did you use any of your government benefits to do anything? Go to school or buy a house?
I don't think so.
No? Did you know whether or not he did or not?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. All right. All right. So, tell me. Okay. So, how many children do you have, Mr. Lamb?
I mean, what?
How many children, boys and girls? Children. How many kids? How many brothers and sisters you got?
All of them are passed except 2 daughters. We got 2 daughters, one in Texas and one in Orlando.
Okay, and then you said the rest of them have passed away?
Yes.
How many were there? That's 3 including you so far, right?
Yeah, and I'm a stepson. But
Okay.
But we
Still your dad.
we love.
I got it.
We love. Seriously.
We understand that.
Johnny, Charles, Harry. There's three boys. Got 3 boys passed.
3 boys passed?
Yes, and there's 2 daughters there. And me.
You said 3?
2 daughters there.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So it's 2 daughters left.
Yes.
3 have passed.
Yes.
Okay. And then were they male, female?
Males. 3 males.
3 males passed,
Yes.
and the 2 daughters are still alive,
Yes.
including you.
Yes.
Okay, so 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Got it.
4.
Who did we miss?
He's 4.
What did you come with?
You said 3 boys. You
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But we still have, 3 passed. We have 3 that passed and 3 still living. That's how I was counting that. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so,
And also you was asking what kind of employment we did. We own group homes for people with disability for like 13 years, so he assisted with that. He was, transportation person, and got in supervisory capacity, so, he took great part in that.
okay. Okay. All right, so you need to try to tell me about the rest of his life, because, and I understand, he's it's always an issue. I mean, I have that same issue.
Yeah.
So, what about the group homes? And do me a favor, Greg. Greg, come over here, please. Come over here. I want to see, actually, if, I'm going to pull this out.
Okay.
I need for you to move that way and sit down.
Okay.
So let's see if you can make that happen. Push a chair in there. Go ahead. Go ahead. Right there. There you go. All right. And I'm going to make an adjustment, and we're going to keep going.
All right.
All right. So you said your father was the one that built these group homes?
He took part in supervisory capacity, and he helped transport. He did whatever was necessary. Utilized flexibility. Yes, sir. We can't smoke. Wait till we get through.
Okay.
But he was married. You know, he had 2 marriages, for as I know, 2 marriages, and my mother was the 2nd marriage. And all of the kids, we all got along
With the brothers and sisters?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. This'll work. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You just can't light that up in here.
You have to wait till we get through.
Mr. Lamb, thank you. All right, so what do you have any other details about his life in the service, Greg?
No, not except that he was a goner, and you know he got frostbitten feet, you know, over in some of the snowy areas.
So he did suffer with that.
Yes, sir. And
frostbite. Okay.
Yeah, so and at times I'm not sure whether the 4th of July celebration affect him or not. You know, the PTSD. I kind of keep a close eye on him. You know, and then we live close to the airport as well. So there are times, like I think it's the Blue Angels or whatever.
Right.
They come. They do a show. So
for those events.
Yeah.
Where? Up there? Up in,
yeah.
Up in
Bureau.
In Martin County.
Yes, in River. In New River County.
Indian River County. Okay. All right.
So I just keep a close eye on him. But he's a strong gentleman. He loved people, great sense of humor, and he's always been very helpful.
Did he ever belong to any military organizations like the American Legion or VFW, Veterans Foreign Wars?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else that we actually missed. So. Is there any
I'll put it in mine. I'll keep it in.
Yeah.
I'll keep it for you.
Are there any other outstanding memories that he shared with you, possibly, that you know of, Greg, about his military service, or things that he even did after the service that you're aware of?
Well, he doesn't really discuss too much,
right,
in the services. But like I said, he was a great gentleman,
well,
and I think.
Tell me about what he was doing in association with these group homes. He was driving people. What was their job? What was that job?
He did a lot of transporting, and at times we would have live-in caregivers, but in the event that we needed someone to be there to supervise, he was always there for that. And we like I said, the people were people with disabilities, so he played a great part in the rehabilitation of a lot of these individuals, you know, because by him being a wise man, he would counsel a lot of the clients, and they would pay attention to him due to his experience and his love for people. He always, as soon as we get through, we go out. Okay. And he plays a very important role in the church. He was the deacon in the church, great singer, sang very well, and I played the piano yesterday for him as well. And I said, "You remember those songs we used to sing?" He said, "We still singing them. We still singing them." So he's a Christian man. He's a Christian man, and he loved people. Played an important role in the church as well. You know, he was the co-founder of the House of God, Pillar and Ground of True Holiness, and he participated in training a lot of the deacons and just building the program. You know, he's a great guy all around. That's why I'm here. I love him. And
so what you're talking about is he did a lot of mentoring.
Yes.
And you said he also was driving what kind of vehicle?
Vans.
How many passenger van was it? A school bus, a 15 passenger?
We had at one time we had a 16 passenger van for the church, and you know he would drive for out of town trips, and because we were affiliated with like 5 different churches, so he would do the driving for that. He would do the driving for the group homes. He was just a guy that whatever was needed, he was there. If it was something positive that he could help with, he was always there, you know. And I loved him, man. So I stopped what I was doing in life to ensure that he had life, you know. In a sense, as soon as we get through. In a sense, I kind of feel like Jesus, I gave my life so that he could have life, you know. But he's a very strong-willed guy, and for 96 years old, he's very capable of doing a lot of things. You know, I'm just amazed at his willpower.
Right.
Like right now, if you were to try to get him up, he would tell you to wait and let him do it. Yeah, and I admire that.
How long was he married?
I think the second marriage was since like 1979. I'm not sure about the first marriage.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
And he was married to my mom. She was a school teacher. She taught school over.
What was her name?
Gladys Lamb.
Okay.
She taught school about 50 years.
Wow.
And
in St. Lucie County?
Indian River and St. Lucie.
Indian River, right?
No, she taught in St.
both.
Lucie.
Okay.
St. Lucie as well.
Okay.
And I think she was probably in her 80s when she started.
Right.
Know, people ask me, is your mother still teaching school? I said, yes. If she stopped teaching school, I think she was going to build a school in her backyard. You know?
One of those.
And she retired. She retired one year. All the kids in the neighborhood went to school looking good because she was the first one at the bus stop.
Got you.
Combing their hair, brushing their hair, tucking their shirts in, and you know, it was just in her blood. As soon as we
We're almost done, Mr. Lamb.
Let me hold it for you, and when we get out of here, I promise you we'll get it right. Okay.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Mr. Lamb, we're almost done.
Just hang on.
A few more minutes. Just a few more minutes. Okay, so they had a relatively good marriage.
Yes.
And he did a lot of mentoring.
Yes.
Okay, and he was also transported. Was it kids or adults or a combination?
A combination.
Okay.
And also he was an all-around man. He paint, he do mechanic work. You know, I've seen him do whatever was necessary.
So he was a handyman.
Yes, he did.
Okay. What did he paint?
He paint houses. Paint houses. I've seen him do a lot of mechanic work. As a matter of fact, he taught me a lot about some mechanic work and stuff. You know, I've seen him pull rear ends and do axles on vehicles, and but he's just a loving guy, and he has a lot of knowledge. You know, at this time, for 96 years, you know, he has a lot of experiences which he may not be able to recall, but he's a well-rounded gentleman, and everybody that know him loves him.
Okay. All right. So, is there anything? Tell me 2 of the most memorable things that you can remember during your childhood or even your adulthood that you had experience with him. 2 things. Give me 2 things.
Well, his love for people, his sense of humor, but his dependability. His dependability was great.
Everybody could count on him.
Absolutely. There were times, and he sleep light. If you had trouble in the middle of the night, you can go.
He would be there.
Yes, sir. You give him an address, and he would come and rescue you, so to speak. You know? But he was a great all around guy, very helpful, very loving, and he still is. Great sense of humor, and I love him, and there's nothing I wouldn't do for him, you know.
Okay.
And he knows it. He knows it. He knows that I'm here for him.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, Mr. Lamb, I've got 2 more questions for you, and then I'm gonna let you go. Mr. Lamb. Mr. Lamb. Sir.
Look at him.
Can you see me?
I hear you.
Can you hear me? Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do me one last favor, and then we're gonna be done. Okay? All right. I just need to ask you, what is your opinion of your experience in the military as far as combat is concerned? How did you feel after you left the war?
Well, I felt pretty good. I left the war because I wanted to go to war. I wanted to go to war.
Okay.
And I went to France, Italy, and Belgium. And when I did get back home, I was glad to get home. But I was glad to be a soldier.
Excellent. I want to thank you for your service, sir. And I want to thank you for a wonderful interview. Can you hear me? You can hear me. This is the sight problem. I understand. Thank you very much.